So when Maharshi Parashar given instructions on how to calculate dasha, so he is very clear. He is saying, I am giving you the tool to time the event. He is not saying I am giving you the tool to suggest remedies based on this.
Got it. So we will use this tool only for identifying which house is activated, right? In our case, Ketu is just indicating in the chart that you showed, Ketu is just indicating what house got activated under the Mahadasha, right? If let's say
Yes.
there was no overlapping of houses between Mahadasha and Antardasha, what should we understand from that?
Not overlapping means if
Means there were no common houses, right?
that is
In
not
our case,
possible.
we found
In every case, you will find it.
okay.
But let's say, if you encounter such horoscopes where you have not found any common till Pratyanta Dasha, then you are very unlucky.
Not
Okay,
a
so
Pratyantar Dashal, but see between Mahadasha and Antardasha, if there is nothing common.
yeah, it can happen, no issue. You go to Pratyantar, you will see changes. Then you have to move to next level, na?
Okay.
Don't worry if you have not found any common. Sometime it happens. Sometime it happens that Mahadasha and Antar, in both cases, you will not find anything common. Then what to do?
Okay.
Then
But we still take the Antardasha as the ascendant, and then go to Pratyantar, and then Sukshma, right?
okay, now you have not asked me like if no common in between Mahadasha and Antar, then what to do in Pratyantar?
That's my question. That's what I'm saying, that I should still count the Antardasha as ascendant and move to
No,
the next
so in
level
that,
of.
in that case, see, that is very rare case. Okay, first thing. Second,
Mhm.
if that is happening, in that case, you need to combine both Mahadasha and Antardasha, then you come from Pratyanta.
Well, it is also possible if there is a no common house is coming, there is no major happening in the person's life during that period.
ऐसा होता नहीं है बट ठीक है लेट ऐसा चार्ट आएगा तब देखिएगा सी जनरली
सैटर्न में तो ऐसा जनरली होता है, जुपिटर में ऐसा होता है कि एक कॉमन सा पीरियड चलता है, न्यूट्रल सा लगता है, ऑब्वियसली ट्रांजिट्स आर अफेक्टिंग, वो रिजल्ट आ रहे होते हैं, लेकिन महादशा का जैसे सैटर्न में सैटर्न आएगा तो ऐसा होगा ना, जैसा कि अभी उन्होंने पूछा।
बोला और एंड सी वन मोर थिंग whenever you see Saturn Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha, Saturn Pratyantardasha, at all three level planets are same. No major events are happening within it. Okay, not only Saturn, every planet, Saturn, Venus, Jupiter. You will see only turbulence or changes when at any level any planet changes. Otherwise, no.
And generally we assume that is because of that Antardasha Lord.
Yes. That's why see, not only Kiran Rawji, even S.K. Mehta. Okay, he also written in, like if you see that method, maybe someday we can do session on S.K. Mehta techniques also. So there you will see he is giving more importance to the second and third layer, not on the Mahadasha. Only Pratyantar and Pranadasha he is using. Okay, so with that method, that makes sense. That method is giving result. So what he is doing at Pratyantar and Antar, okay, whatever result you see, that you can tally with the birth chart directly. So here what we are doing, we are telling whatever results we are getting from the Pratyantar and Pranadasha, whatever level, we are checking those events with respect to Mahadasha. And that Mahadasha is already telling with the Lagna only, no? There is no difference in it. Both are same.
So, sir, like in our case, we can start from Mahadasha and go till, what you call as Pranadasha. So, and actually we can find it out all the common houses, and then we can look at the Mahadasha planets, and then we can make a prediction.
Yes, simple. This is how we do. Okay, so it means what, see, Deepmala Kaushikji is asking, but the main agenda is decided by Mahadasha only. Obviously, main agenda is decided by Mahadasha only because that is the planet you are doing assessment with respect to Lagna. So whatever Saturn is promising, that event we can expect only during that whole Dasha. Now during that whole 19-year period, in which year marriage can take place, who will tell you that part? Obviously, Antar, Pratyantar and all these things. The agenda for today's lecture is to make you understand that to use Vimshottari Dasha, you can use this rotation system. You can rotate it at all level. Okay, you can narrow down the event, you can make predictions.
Sir, I have one question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Sir, that example that we were taking, Saturn, and Mercury, for that, what predictions can we actually give? Like we covered the technique, but what actually will be the prediction for that?
Obviously, prediction depends upon your capability. Like for example, let's say we have find out the common houses here. Okay, like I told you, this 11th house. 11th house is common, and the common planets are these. So 11th house and Jupiter, that is gain. So obviously, I can predict monetary gain during this Antardasha. And that monetary gain is very significant as comparison to other period. Why? Because in this particular Ketu, we are clearly seeing that 11th and Jupiter both are connecting to each other. It means monetary gain is the one prediction you can make. Okay, like this, if you can identify the other Karak Tattva of 11th and Jupiter, you can make those predictions. It depends upon the knowledge of Karak Tattva of the planet in house.
So you mean to say, since Jupiter is the Karaka for the 11th house, and here we have 11th house as the common house, and the Karaka planet Jupiter as the common planet in the Mahadasha and the Antardasha, therefore the impact or the effect from the 11th house is amplified because of Jupiter. Is that the logic?
No. This is not amplified. This is the promise of event. Like, see, now forget about the Ketu. Okay, just concentrate on Saturn. So in Saturn, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 houses. Okay, then how will you make prediction out of 8 houses? Because there are hundreds of events you can predict. Okay, but from these hundreds of events, that gain of money is the event. Agreed? Because Saturn contains 11th house as well as Jupiter. Can you say gain is possible in Saturn? Mahendraji, is it possible?
Are you saying that because Jupiter is the Karaka for 11th house? Is that the reason? That's what I'm asking.
Jupiter is the Karaka for gain.
Okay, and 11th house signifies gains, monetary gains. Okay.
Yeah, this is how we make predictions. Then what is the use of Karaka planet?
Right.
Okay, Karaka planets are designed for this purpose only, na? See, Mahendraji, I will give you another example. Let's say second house. If I remove all these Karaka planet, okay, let me remove it. Now you tell me second house, what predictions you can make out of second house?
Food, speech, money.
See, I will, okay, let me give you. Second house means food, speech, jewelry, okay, personal wealth, bank balance, your kutumba, family. Okay, what else?
Wife, bank balance also.
That bank balance I covered. What else?
Wife's family, spouse's family.
Okay, so if you add that thing, yeah. So like this, we can rotate second house with respect to all houses. Okay, we can go for the other things. Now my question is, let's say if you have these 6 events, okay, food, wealth, and everything. These are 6 possibilities. Now, how will you decide out of these 6 which event is going to materialize? How will you decide it?
So there we
to client. He will tell you, okay, these are the general prediction. Give me any specific thing. How will you decide it?
Planet.
So for that decision, you have to use Karaka planet.
right.
Okay, now when you see Jupiter, so you know that bank balance have the corresponding Karak Tattva, that is Jupiter. If Jupiter is connected to second house, then only you can predict event related to bank balance.
Oh, all right. So it means the Karakatva planet should also be related to the house itself to make that
Yes.
prediction.
Yes.
Okay. So just
Now the
because it is
problem-
common doesn't mean that it'll happen. The connection should be there.
That Karaka planet should be present in Mahadasha layer.
Okay.
Okay, then only event take place. Now I will tell you another problem which
Can you show that chart again?
So whenever you read any Karak Tattva, so you are reading Karak Tattva on the basis of houses or on the basis of planet. Okay, separately. That is a mistake. You should able to connect both. When we say fourth house shows vehicle. Fourth house shows happiness, general happiness. Fourth house also shows house,
Comfort, motherly love.
mother. How will you differentiate in making predictions in it? Okay, so when fourth house connect with Venus, you will say, okay, event related to vehicle. When fourth house connect to moon, you will say, okay, event related to mother. When fourth house connect to moon, you can also say even directed to sleep. When fourth house connect to, let's say Mercury, you can make prediction related to academic education. So that variations and the selection of that event from that fourth house you can do only with respect to Karaka planet. Okay, so you should make Excel sheet where you can write the house, the events of that house, and the corresponding planet. It means whether you are using Vimshottari Dasha or Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati or any tool, you always require house and the Karka planet. Without that, you can't make any prediction. You can only guess. Correct. If you don't know the application of Karak Tattva, so you can only predict random thing. Okay, you can make 10 predictions from second house. Maybe out of 10, 3-4 तुक्के लग जाए, यही तो होगा. और यही सब करते हैं. Correct. So that's why that Karka planets are very important.
Sir, I am really sorry for being so difficult here, but I just have one last question. Please don't mind.
Maybe the same questions other people also have in their mind. Okay,
Yeah, so here from this example itself, or let's forget this example. Let us say we are saying that during any dasha, XYZ any dasha, we have the fourth house as active, or fourth house event we are expecting. At the same time, we are also seeing that let's say Venus is also a planet that is active. So now, since fourth house is not related to Venus in any way, like I cannot see that
Is there?
How is it there? Fourth house doesn't have like
From
I
the
don't
D1
see-
chart, it's not showing.
Yeah, so in D1, we are only considering D1 right now. So right now, we do not have any connection between fourth house and Venus. So therefore, any event, even though the planet is there during this dasha, and the house is also there, but since there is no connection between fourth house and Venus, we cannot say that there will be an event related to vehicle. But however, if it was fourth house and let's say Mars in this case, so it could be an event related to immovable assets. So
Yes,
like land or something. Is that how it works?
Yes, simple. Correct. Sometimes what happens, you will not see direct connection of Venus and fourth house. Okay. But maybe some other planet is acting as a mediator. So you know what is happening in that case. So during that particular planet dasha only he will get married.
So is it like a common dispositor theory or something? I heard somewhere some this thing. So is it like that?
Maybe we have to look the nakshatra in which the Mars is sitting, or that fifth house is connected.
Okay, yeah. Still common dispositor theory kind of situation. But yeah, I got the point. So if somehow it is connected, then that planet's dasha or period or whatever, then this event can trigger. Got it.
You know, another thing, like every person have almost every event in that chart. You know how, like we are just seeing Lagna chart only. So we need to see the charts. We need to see nakshatra also. If you combine everything, so you will realize almost all events are promised in the native's life. But all those events are not going to materialize in this lifetime. Okay, only those events will materialize whose dasha or antardasha operates during the correct time. Okay, otherwise rest of events will be there, but that is not going to materialize. Okay, that's why many people say, "Na, okay, I have Raj Yoga in my chart, but that is not materializing." So there are two possibilities in those charts. First case, that Raj Yoga is cancelling itself. Second case, that dasha is not supporting to that Raj Yoga.
Can you explain the one down, step down dasha, like we did Mahadasha, Antardasha, and now Pratyantar Dasha? With respect to what do we look at Pratyantar Dasha?
Okay, so let's
Ketu go will make the Lagna.
Okay, so in our example chart, we have done Saturn Ketu, correct? So
Moon. It was Moon. Pratyantar.
Moon, so let me Saturn Ketu. Okay, now it's Moon, let's say. Example. So what you can do is you can rotate this chart with respect to Ketu. So I make Ketu as Lagna now. Then we do the same exercise again. Okay, we check the Moon. Moon is in the 10th house. Okay, aspected by Saturn, Mercury, Sun. Okay, now see, with this moon, moon is also aspecting these three planets, and these three planets are also aspecting moon. Now moon can channelize its energy to all three planets Rashi. Again, you can see with this moon, almost all houses are connected, like Saturn. Okay, but prediction wise, you have to pick only common from Ketu. Okay, this is how we should do with Pratyanta. Now, let's say if you go at further level, like after moon, what happens? Let's say moon. Then in Sukshmanta Dasha, you want to check Jupiter. So with Jupiter, again, you need to rotate your horoscope with respect to moon. So I make the moon as Lagna, then I do the assessment for Rahu or Jupiter.
Right, sir. So, sir, when you're doing Ketu as Lagna and doing Moon Pratyanta Dasha, we check for common houses and common planets between Antardasha and Pratyanta
Pratyanta.
Dasha.
You don't require common planets, but common houses are important.
Okay.
Okay, common houses.
So
So
planet has to be taken from Mahadesha only.
Mahadasha. Yeah.
Planet.
So at the end, you need to check everything with respect to Mahadasha. That event you can
Right.
predict through what. That's why I'm saying that whatever Mahadasha is promising, only those events are possible in Antar, Pratyanta, Pranadasha. If Mahadasha is not promising that event, okay, you can't predict those events in internal layers.
So, sir, here between Mahadasha and Antardasha, between Mahadasha and Antardasha, the common houses were 1, 2, 6, and 11 in our example. Suppose these houses do not repeat when we are doing Ketu and Moon.
Okay.
Suppose 10th house is activated here because 10 was in Antardasha. Suppose in Moon also 10th comes. Then only
Okay,
10th
so-
result will get during Moon, or
So you
we'll
are-
still get 1, 2, 6, 11.
No. So you are saying 10th house is in Ketu and 10th house is also in Moon, correct?
Yes. Yes.
10th house is not in Saturn.
No.
Okay, so in that case, you will not consider Saturn. Leave it. You have to pick those houses only which is already present in the Saturn.
Right. So prediction will be only with respect to in Moon Antardasha. Prediction will be only in respect to 10th house or the K2 houses of common between Dasha
K2
and
houses of-
Mahadasha. They will also be considered 1, 2, 6, 11. Okay.
Okay, let me repeat it. You are saying in Moon Pratyanta Dasha, 1, 6, 11 houses are there. Additionally, you also find out 10th house, correct?
Yes.
So now you know that Ketu and Saturn, they both have 1, 6, 11. Okay, and that 1, 6, 11 is also repeating in Moon. Okay, so you have to predict event related to 1, 6, 11 only. Okay, not of the 10th. Why? Because 10th is not present in the Saturn. 10th is only in the Ketu, na? So you already taken out this 10th house from Ketu at that layer. So you will not take that 10th house to the next one. So when I say find out the common, so obviously you have to find out the common planet in Saturn, Ketu, Moon. So that is 1, 6, 11. So you can predict event related to 1, 6, 11 only. So what is the difference between Ketu and Moon? Because Moon time is narrowed down. Na? Moon time will operate for few months only in Ketu. Now that prediction is precise for that month, that few months. Easy?
Thank you so much. Yes, very
Thank-
good. Thank you.
Yes, Amitji.
Sir, it is relating to the karkas what you are talking about.
Ah.
We are taking the planets and the houses, the karka combination. Will we take the benefic and malefic part of the planets also, as per the lagna?
Yeah, benefic, malefic, all these things you have already done analysis. You already done all those things. After doing those benefic, malefic consideration, then only you will go to the Dasha chapter, no? The Dasha analysis.
Sir, my clarification was like that, if I'm understanding right. The example you are given for the 11th house in the consideration of the Jupiter as a karka, that it will provide wealth. But if Jupiter for specific lagna is not benefic, then how we will take that part?
Obviously, during that period, he will see something related to wealth. Okay, but that wealth will not reach to him.
Okay. So
Because
there
why?
the benefic and malefic part comes.
Because originally the chart is saying you will not get well.
Okay.
Okay, so during that time, what you will see, that person is doing a lot of hard work and he is expecting some money from someone. Huh?
Okay.
But at the end, he will not receive anything.
Got it, sir.
That's
Thank you, sir.
simple. Okay, so at the end, whatever chart is promising, that event only he will see. The quality, as I'm saying, the quality of event. All those things you have to see from chart only. Yes, Brijesh.
Sir, my question was in the extension of, what was being asked by my friends Amit and Mahindra. So we know this that, Karka will always have a beneficial aspect on the house. So if I'm talking about Jupiter for house 11, I'm talking about Moon for house 4th, I'm talking about Mars for house 6th. So based on our predictions, we'll always be talking, good things based on the chart. Like somewhere the rogue repo rate will come down, somewhere the mother will get benefited. Why can we not take, the impact of Ketu on the second house? That impact of Ketu on the second house, because it will go ahead and make you, a separate way as compared to your family members or something like that.
See, the thing is, when we say moon is aspecting 4th house, okay, so we are not saying that it will promote only good events. Okay, so the logic, like if Karka planet is aspecting to that house, it will be beneficial. This is not true. Karka aspect is beneficial, it itself is a wrong statement. Okay, if Karaka planet is connected to that house by any manner, not only aspect, by any manner, by nakshatra level, by divisional chart, by aspect, by conjunction, it means that event is promised in that chart. Simple. Okay. Now the question is, let's say if Ketu is aspecting second house, like in our case, we have seen that situation, correct? So from 10th house, Ketu is creating aspect on the second house. So now the thing is, can we also say like Ketu aspecting second house means it will create rift in between family? Why? Because second house is a family thing. Okay, that is only possible if in the birth chart also, in Lagna chart, Ketu is connected to second house. It means that yoga is already there in the chart. Okay, so in that case, if same thing is repeating in Dasha, Mahadasha level, okay, then only we can see separation.
Right. So in this case, we will not only see the impact of Karka on the house, but we'll also, go ahead and see the, see the placement of the planets in the natal chart and then make a prediction. Right, sir?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but all those things should be related to Mahadasha first. Only Mahadasha. If Mahadasha is not, like let's say Saturn in our case, if Saturn is not showing any separation in the chart, so no matter which Antardasha, which Pratyantardasha level Ketu is operating, Ketu will not create any separation.
Sir, one last question, which was this, that you said that, like Karka may not have a positive impact on a house. So how can a Mars have a negative impact on the 6th house and a Moon have a negative impact on the 4th house?
No, who is saying Mars is having a negative impact on 6th house?
No, because Mars is the Karka for 6th. Means I'm not asking in question to this, but I'm just saying that, like Saturn is the Karka for 8th, right, and for 12th. So how come, because generally based on our knowledge or, like based on my knowledge, Karka will have a kind of a positive impact on the house.
No, see, like for example, 6th and Mars. So 6th house contains many things. Okay, out of which debt, okay, karja, loan. That is the one karak tattva of 6th house. Fight is another karak tattva of 6th house. Dispute, another karak tattva of 6th house. All these three things rule is having the karak tattva Mars. So if Mars is connected to 6th house, obviously he will deliver the court cases, dispute, and loans. Now you can interpret in this manner, like Mars is aspecting to 6, it means it is creating bad event. But I am saying it is not creating bad or good event. It is only delivering its result. Whatever Karak Tattva he is promising for that house, he will deliver only those things. I understood. Like for example, Moon is aspecting 4th house. Okay, so Moon will give you something related to mother. Maybe that can be anything like happiness of mother or something very relevant to mother that may be bad. For the bad things, we need to see some separate combinations or the placement of planets in the chart.
Right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
See, maybe in some session we can discuss these things in more detail, because these are very what we call fundamental and basic things. Okay, like in what case that event is going to materialize, and in what case that event is going to destroy. Okay, so these two things are important. Like for example, in this chart, whether we have happiness of mother or not. Sometimes what happens, moon is present in the fourth house. In those cases also we can see that person is not having the happiness of mother. Why that happened? What are the reason? Okay, so all these things we need to understand. So we have some specific rules for it. And good thing, you all know those rules. But the problem is you are not connecting. You have read those rules, but in tidbits. Okay, we need some common ground. Okay, then we can understand those things. So maybe some session we can discuss that part. Okay, but the agenda for today's session is to make you understand that how should we do analysis for the Vimshottari, and when we rotate the chart, what differences it is creating, and when you don't rotate chart, what problems you are facing. Now the biggest problem with you all is you have not realized the problem till now. Then how will you understand the benefit of this method which I just taught you? Okay, because if you are not noticing any problem in doing assessment of chart with respect to same lagna at all dasha antar pratyantar, if you are not facing a difficulty in it, then you will not use this method. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? First, to understand the problem. Okay, why you should shift from what you are using already and what I am teaching. If you don't understand this, then this method is useless. The problem with the old method is you will see the same event at every level. Not at every level, it means at maximum level you will see the same events are repeating. So at the end, what they say, use transit. Now you learn the transit, and in transit also you will land up with the same problem. Because neither we have clarity on the dasha and neither we are learning transit in the correct way. So at the end we are not reaching to anywhere. Be clear in whatever methods you are using and understand the benefits and what we call merits and demerits of that technique. So this method also has some demerits, because at some point of time you will see those things. Okay, but I will not discuss on that part, because at the end nobody is going to test this method on multiple charts at pratyantar or pranadasha level. Then they will not face these problems. So if you are interested in this method, so what you all can do is, very first step, make the collection of karakatattvas, house and planets. Make a list of these things. Okay, then you use this method. You can make predictions. No issue in that. You can make Excel sheet. I can show you the sample of that Excel sheet. I already shown that Excel sheet many times. Now don't ask me this Excel sheet. Okay, you prepare it yourself. There is a A, B, and C column. This is a house. Okay, B column gives the significations and corresponding planet. You have read all these things but separately. Okay, you know all these things. But I'm saying combine it. Like for example, first house is here. Signification, first house. Who is the Karka planet? Saturn. How will you use it for the prediction? Simple. If first house is afflicted, Saturn is afflicted, obviously that person has problem with the heirs. Or else I can create one shloka, artificial shloka, okay, in which I can give technique. If first house and Saturn is afflicted in the chart, then the native will have problems. And for affliction also I can give 2-3 lines. So it will confuse you automatically, because the rule is very simple. If you know which house signify here, who is the Karaka planet, if you see the affliction in that house and planet, Karaka planet, the native have to face problems with the hair, grey hair, no hair, any problem. Analinji ho sakta hai sir. So it means you have that problem with the Saturn and the first house. That is the indication.
Sir, does that mean, even if Saturn is not related to the first house in any way, still that will work?
Yes, still it will work. You know what? That's why in Nadi Jyotish, Saturn is afflicted, you have to face problem with the hairs. no matter which house is affected or not. They are not even considering houses. With Karka planet also you can make prediction. If Sun is afflicted in the chart, we say, na, okay, immunity problem. But if Sun is afflicted, first house is also afflicted, that is double surety. So see, Jyotish is easy if you understand in systematic manner. Otherwise, bhatakte rahenge, snapshot technique. You know, with this only one first house, here and Saturn, we can create 10 techniques. If first house is afflicted and Saturn is placed in Libra's Aries sign, problem with the hairs. Okay, first house is afflicted, Saturn with Sun, problem with the hairs. Okay, in first house, Rahu and Saturn with Mars, hair problem. You know, in all these lines, I'm just creating affliction with the first house or with the Saturn, and you are coming up with new techniques. This is how we create technique, na? To understand the base. So whenever you read any combination in any book, you have to understand the logic and the base behind that yoga or the technique. Once you understand the technique, you understand the properties. Okay, where it is creating affliction and which karak tattva is getting afflicted. So understand this, that affliction can be possible with 100 other ways. It means 100 other techniques are waiting. But the problem is they are not focusing on the basics. They want one-liner technique. It's good for us, na? I can write 10 more books. Okay, so you are generating more business for us. So don't do that. Pay attention to the focus and try to understand how it is operating. Similarly, second house, teeth, Saturn. More number of afflictions in this parameter, more problem with the teeth. Some people also take Mars. Okay, but there is a good difference between teeth and the gum. Okay, both have different characteristics. So like this, you make your list like third house, courage, Mars. You can imagine Mars can be afflicted in chart in hundreds of ways, and third house can be afflicted in hundreds of ways. So like this, these are the complete basics. First, you need to solve this. First, identify the possible events in the chart. Then only you can check those events in Mahadasha, Antardasha. If you don't know how to check the events in the chart, then how you will use Mahadasha?
Sir, can you please show the complete Excel? The other columns, that is the, yeah.
This I created for myself just to remember, like, from where I'm collecting this Karak Tattva. Okay, tag means I can use it for natal horoscope or mundane purpose, like this. For comments, the comments like this, in Nadi, Venus and Taurus is taken for revenue state. So this is for my reference, so don't worry about this. You need to focus on A column, B column and C column. That's it.
Is there a book that you have printed or written where this chart is there?
Yeah. So in that Easy Predictive Astrology book, this is given.
This entire chart is given, right?
Yes. So once you do this, then that Dasha system is very, very easy. You can do that.
6th house का निकाल दो क्या करें?
6th house, fire, inflammation, enemies, dispute, litigation, Mars. This is what we are discussing. Accident, that is also Mars. Competition, that is also Mars. Injury, that is also Mars. The Mars holds these all significations in the 6th house.
So
Okay.
I understood what you were also answering to Namrata ji. That let's say in our sample chart, if there is a common house, let's say on Saturn, at Ketu and at Moon, only then we should consider it. If it is only common in between Ketu and Moon, then we should not consider because it was not in the original Saturn, right? So it has to come across all the Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, Sukshmadasha, right? In case it is not common, then that event is not happening in that particular Sukshmadasha or Pranadasha.
Correct. Correct.
So that's one. So thank you for confirming. Second was, how did we picked up the Karka planet, because we had 4 or 5 different Karka planets, right? At Saturn level. How did we picked up? Did we did the same filtering, or was there a different method to pick which Karka planet should we pick up?
No, planet you don't need to filter. Only house you can filter.
Yeah, house we can filter, but how did we pick which planet to pick for this common?
Obviously, for every house, every planet is not acting as a Karak Tattva. if you have this list, you can identify, like Mars, like for 6th house. You can see in 6th house Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus are there, but not Moon. Maybe I have not find out the Moon. Okay, let's say if Moon is not having any correct, obviously it will not participate in 6th house.
Okay.
Correct?
So basically look at Mahadasha and Karka planets. And then when you are able to filter down, let's say you find out 1 or 2 houses for that specific house along with the list of Karka planet that we were able to identify, judge the event.
Correct. That is the thing. And okay, so yeah, you are correct. Any other question?
Sir,
Sir, my question. Sir, you were mentioning that if there are no common houses between Mahadasha and Antardasha, then how do we look at Pratyantardasha? Because there is a break, there is no common house in Antardasha.
That's what Sunilji already asked. Like, let's say if Mahadasha, one set of combination, okay, but in Antardasha you have not found out any common, okay, but in Pratyantardasha you need to check common planet from Mahadasha Antar both. You have to combine both. Then from those planets you need to check Pratyantardasha. Let's say if Mahadasha is saying 1, 2, 3 houses, okay, and Antardasha is saying 4, 5, 6 houses. No common in between one and Mahadasha and Antardasha. But in Pratyantardasha it is saying 3 and 5. So 1 you have already in the Mahadasha and 5 you already have in Antardasha. So it means event can be possible related to 1 and 5.
So we'll still check Antardasha from Pratyantardasha only, making Pratyantardasha as Lord,
Yes.
even if there's nothing common.
Yeah, that method will be same. Rotation will be same. You need to rotate with respect to previous dasha.
No, then that breaks my rule because I was thinking if in Antardasha there was nothing common, then even if Pratyantardasha is saying something, then it won't happen because Mahadasha, let's say 1, 2, 3 were the common houses, right? Then we should not count it for further filter down between Antardasha and Pratyantardasha.
No, see, as a given example, 1, 2, 3 in Mahadasha,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 in Antardasha. Now in
So nothing is
Pratyantar,
common.
yeah, nothing is common in Antar, Mahadasha and Antar. Okay. Now in Pratyantar Dasha, let's say you have 1 and 5. So it means that 1 and 5 we need to check in both Mahadasha and Antar Dasha both. Because in Antar we have not for filtration we don't have any houses. Okay, so we can't skip Antardasha, whole Antardasha. No. We will take it in consideration. Now we will add both Mahadasha and Antardasha. Then we check the common planets in Pratyanta.
Okay. So we have to still pick up even if there were no commons between Mahadasha and Antardasha.
Yes.
Okay. So both 1 and 5 will count.
Yes. Yes, Abhishek ji.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन थोड़ा अलग है। वो मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे कोई बुक में लिखा है कि शुक्र शनि के नवांश में है, तो मीन्स नवांश मतलब उसकी राशि में है क्या, वो D9 की राशि में?
नहीं, देखिए इसमें now this is something which I think everybody will not understand, but still this is natal chart and let me change it to D9. Look at D9. This is, okay, first 2 charts are Rashi chart, second 2 charts are Naval chart. Okay, Abhishek ji, now ask me question, what you are saying.
सर अगर जैसे किसी बुक में लिखा है कि शुक्र शनि के नवांश में है, तो नवांश मीन्स वो नवांश की राशि शुक्र शनि की राशि में है कि नवांश में और कुछ है?
Like for example, this Shukra.
Okay.
Shukra is in Makara Rashi, okay, Capricorn Rashi, but in Karka Amsha or Karka Navamsha.
Oh, miss.
Okay, Karka Navamsha. Okay, Karka Navamsha means what? Now, how to use it? Now, there are different approaches to it. अलग-अलग तरीके से use कर सकते हैं. But what I am doing, I am just saying that when Venus is in Karka Amsha, okay, it means that same Venus can give result to 12th house also. That Venus has a potential.
Because ultimately going towards the moon sign only.
Moon sign only.
तो ये अगर एस्पेक्ट ना भी करे तो ये 12th हाउस का रिजल्ट देगा?
हाँ
ओके सर,
Okay.
थैंक यू। हाँ सर, थैंक यू।
हाँ
इसी से ही रिलेटेड एक क्वेश्चन है जो अभी पूछा, जैसे अभी इसमें मून आंशा निकल आया है, इसका नवांशा निकल आया है, राइट? अभी आपने थोड़ी देर पहले द्वादशोत्री दशा दिखाई थी, उसमें वीनस आंशा के बारे में बात कर रहे थे। अगर हम दशा पे जाएं तो अब वो जो वीनस आंशा दिखा रहे हैं वो लग्न से देखेंगे या मून से देखेंगे उसमें?
नहीं, वो that rule is lagna should be in Vinashin amsha. Okay, it means lagna, that lagna. यहाँ पर
तो
कैंसर अंश।
अच्छा, तो उसका नवांश में वीनस वीनस का राशि है कि नहीं?
अगर यहाँ पे वीनस की राशि होती, 7th राशि होती है, सेकंड होती, देन
हाँ, तो वो दशा लगता Okay.
तो हम द्वादशोत्री दशा से उसको फॉलो करते हैं।
हाँ, अगर वो होता तो। And this rotation system is not applicable for every dasha. I am not sure. Okay, because I have not done every dasha thing, so I am not sure. But Vimshottari it is working. Yes.
सर,
Rab,
अगर ये D9 में वीनस कर्क की जगह 12 नंबर या 9 नंबर, मतलब जिसकी 2 राशियां हैं, तो फिर
ठीक
वो
है।
D1 के 2 साइड के रिजल्ट देगा, दोनों राशियों की, या जिसमें है उसी में?
जिसमें है उसी का ही देगा।
ओके 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 ओके, बस ये
जबरदस्ती दूसरी कंपनी ले लेंगे उसमें, है ना?
हाँ, लाइक अभी कर्क क्योंकि एक ही थी ना, तो इसी चक्कर में मुझे लगा। ठीक है,
दूसरा एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं, तो जैसे सैटर्न, ठीक है,
ओके, हाँ जी,
is in Aries, मेष अंश.
यस यस सर,
He will not take Scorpio automatically.
ओके, इट विल टेक ओनली एरीज
हाँ.
ऑफ D1,
9th हाउस के रिजल्ट सर।
9th हाउस का रिजल्ट। यस सर, थैंक यू सर।
सर, अगर कोई प्लेनेट D1 में मान लीजिए 5th हाउस में है और D9 में भी 5th हाउस में जाता है, लेकिन राशि अलग हो गई, तो उसको कैसे इंटरप्रेट करेंगे?
डिविजन्स में हाउस नहीं होते हैं ना, राशियां होती हैं।
ओके,
Division, see what is the meaning of divisions? Okay, not divisional chart name itself is a wrong name. We should not call it divisional charts. Okay, because if you read the original word, okay, Rishi have used, okay, he is saying Varga or Amsha. Okay, Varga, he never mentioned the word Varga Kundli. He is saying Varga. Varga Kundli we have written in the books like modern authors. The Varga Kundli is never mentioned. Rishi has not given any divisions in the format of Kundli. You will see always in the format of chart, like the tabular form. If you read any Varga Adhyay, okay, if you know how to calculate Vargas, okay, so the very basic fundamental is the Varga calculation is for Rashi. Varga divisions we calculate on the basis of Rashi. We are dividing the Rashis, not houses.
तो ये वर्ड उसके अंदर स्वग्रही, वर्गोत्तम, ये वर्ड्स भी लिखे होते हैं, तो
स्वग्रही, on what basis you can call it swagray? Obviously on the basis of Rashi, not on the basis of house. Surya becomes swagrahi in Leo Rashi, not on the 5th house. Because in 5th house, any Rashi can,
right,
depending on the Lagna, we can assign any Rashi to 5th house. But Surya swagrahi Rashi is only Leo. It means everything is based on Rashi only, not on the houses.
So in that case, जो aspects what we use in D1 chart, in D9 also the aspects won't be there, will be there or won't be there?
That is not possible. Like for example, 7th aspect is 180 degree.
Right.
Okay. On what basis we are considering aspect? The problem is we are not reading jyotish in actual format. So we learn, okay, aspect means 7th aspect means you count 7 houses. Okay. But the thing is it should be 180 degree. Correct? Mathematically it is 180 degree. Now tell me, how will you cast a 180 degree aspect in D10 chart?
So not possible, sir. But
okay,
sir,
that is created on the basis of dividing Rashi in 10 parts. Okay. How will you cast 180 degree in that whole chart? Like for example, D60 chart. That is Shashti answer. 60th part. Now you taking 7th aspect or 9th aspect in it. I don't know how that is logical, but yes, if you are getting result, it's fine.
In certain charts, I have seen Rahu and Ketu nearby also. not apart from 7th house.
Not certain chart, you pick any chart. See this.
राहु
आज बोलोगे ना सब मिलेगा यहाँ पे, ठीक है. See this chart. Now this is a D30 chart
Rahu
and
Ketu sitting in house, one house.
between same house. Now see one more miracle. Mercury is aspecting Sun. Now tell me, in astronomically, is it possible that Mercury
No, not possible.
aspects Sun? So now, if you consider this chart as a standalone chart, obviously you will say Mercury is aspecting Sun. This is written in the books, modern authors' books. You can't argue that because that knowledge is coming from the parampara. Then how can we argue it? Maybe something is there which we don't know. So until we don't know, I will follow this. Okay, so maybe someday, if some people can give correct logic for it, how Mercury can aspect Sun, then we also use this as a standalone chart. Because using standalone chart means you will use aspect. This is for sure. Okay, and that is not possible in Vargas because that Varga is, the base of Varga is the division of Rashi, not only houses. Okay, Venus is in 10th house from Sun, or we can say these are 4 houses apart. That is also very rare. Mercury aspecting Sun itself is a miracle. Okay, but this kind of miracle is possible in Jyotish. So ultimately, we need result. Okay, if you are getting result by Mercury Sun aspect, it's fine. Take it. Okay, but that is mathematically and astronomically in both sense that is wrong. Avoid it.
Right.
Okay. Maybe in someday we can do session on divisions. So there we can.
Sir, like, is it because Mercury will be in the vicinity of the Sun? So we can say that, Mercury will be around, 90 degrees vicinity at the most. Means, like, Sun is in the center and Mercury can be, in one house earlier or one house later at the most.
Yes. Yes.
So when we are looking at D30, we are already dividing that 30, means we are already dividing the entire chart into 30 divisions. So if we look at the degrees of D30 and D1 will almost be alike. Means I may be completely wrong, but this was a logic which I actually went ahead and came out with.
Check this now. We have this option. Sorry. Here. This.
Oh.
Okay, so here we have this D30. Okay, and this is D1. Like, for example, if I take Mercury, 23 degrees Sagittarius is 27 degree Pisces. Okay, Sun in 17 degrees Sagittarius and D30, 24 degree Virgo.
Okay.
Okay, so these are some points which maybe beginners are not understanding, but if others who are doing Jyotish for many years, they can think about it.
True.
Right. So if this is not correct, then there are many theories built on this logic, like many techniques are based on this logic. So we need to think on all those techniques. Okay, so divisional chart, how to use divisional chart, that is something different, and maybe we can learn sometime. So this is done for today, and next session we will announce. Next week we will do one more art of prediction session, but in that session we will learn like how to identify the color of car. Okay, like how to choose which is the best color for me to buy car. Okay, topic is important for many people. For some people, it is not important, but you will learn something in this thing. Okay, in this method, like how to decide which planet is beneficial for you, how to identify that we will learn. And next week we will do again Vimshottari Dasha, but with some additional. Nothing is advanced. Everything is covered today only, but the advanced means like planet is aspecting, okay, dispositor, how to use divisional charts. All these things we can combine with Vimshottari Dasha.
So can I ask one thing, please?
Yes.
So, sir, you talked about conditional dashas, right? And you took an example where you said if the planet is in a Venusian amsa, then there is a particular conditional dasha. Similarly, there is a conditional dasha where Lagna Lord is in the seventh house, or in the Lagna itself, then we say Dvisaptiti Samdasha. Now, if both these principles or both these conditions are existing, let's say the Lagna Lord is in seventh house and it is also in a Venusian Navamsha, which dasha, how do we decide which dasha to
So
use?
you have freedom to use both. See,
Okay.
if I'm saying you have three dashas, conditional dasha, you can use it in better manner na, because now you have surety on three level.
Got it, sir.
If it is promising in Mahadasha or the Vimshottari Dasha, you can check the same in Dvisaptati. You
Right.
can check event in other.
In the other dasha also. Okay.
So all will give you the same result.
Got it, sir. Sir, and you also said that in different dashas, nakshatras are ruled by different planets. So, is there a book on these conditional dashas, or where we can, read about it or study about it?
Additional Dasha, there are one or two books available.
sir.
Okay, but the part is not given anywhere because nobody want to discuss that.
Okay, sir.
That is something, it becomes controversial na, because if I say this, let's say this is Vimshottari, this person's moon nakshatra is Mridisham.
Ji.
Okay.
Mars.
Obviously, nakshatra is Dasha Vimshottari.
Right, sir.
Astrology is nakshatra based Dasha.
Right, sir.
Correct, everybody? If this is also nakshatra based Dasha, then why this Dasha is starting with Venus? Calculation is same.
Yes.
Okay, with Chandrama, moon as nakshatra, we calculate this Dasha. You know what is happening? Rishi is giving different set of nakshatra and their lord for Vimshottari and different set of nakshatra lord for Ashtotari. Now the problem is like we have developed the whole system and we have many techniques which is based on this logic only, like Mridishara is ruled by Mars. So now that technique becomes doubtful. Because the truth is, nakshatra is not having any lordship planet-wise. They have devatas. They have their own characteristics, own guna, okay, qualities, and they have devata, but not planets. Application of nakshatra is totally different, and we have created different chakras or different methods. Okay, for every chakra, for every method, we have different way to use it. Like Navtara chakra.
Yes, sir.
Navtara chakra and this Vimshottari, they are closely related to each other. That's why the nakshatra scheme is matching.
Right.
Okay, through Navtara chakra also you can make prediction. No? That is
Yes, sir.
the age-old method. But there are other chakras which is again based on the nakshatra, but there you will see lordship are totally different.
Got it,
Okay,
sir.
but the problem is you don't know about all those chakras, so you can't think. Okay, beyond Ashwini is ruled by Ketu. Okay, because you have only those things in your table, no? So you have to pick only out of this topic.
Right,
Okay,
sir.
so nakshatra based on their characteristics, their devata, qualities, that makes sense.
Got it,
Okay,
sir.
so if you use like KP in Krishnamurti Paddhati, they are still genuine. Why? Because they use nakshatra scheme, they are using Vimshottari Dasha. It's fine, na? Because they using all those system. So if you are using Vimshottari Dasha with that nakshatra scheme, that is fine. But you use the same nakshatra system with the same planetary lord, but you are not using Vimshottari, you are using something else, then that is the problem.
Got it, sir.
Okay. So this we need to understand. That's why again this is important for the remedies. That's why I'm saying remedies we should not predict on the basis of Dasha.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll meet next week. So for next week, I think Zoom link will be different. We will announce it soon.
Sir, thank you for your time. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Pranam.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So
Thank
any
you.
feedback
Wonderful.
or
Thank you, sir.
any
Thank you.
Questions, sir.
Thank you, sir.
any feedback or any suggestion, like any topics?
Sir,
Sir,
I bought
Sunday last
I
year.
bought your book, sir. Now you have started this session, so it's helping me a lot while reading this book.
Yeah, so
It
suggestion for you. Like you have book,
really
भी ऑर्डर कर दी सर, भी ऑर्डर कर दी।
Yes, sir. I was reading Easy Predictive Astrology book. It just a few days back, and you have started this session.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
it's a good means you will learn. You have utilized this session.
Sir, regarding
And-
your
Nice
new book
If you can
on
get
medical
this
astrology,
recording, then I can see one more time. Is
Yeah,
it
I will
possible, sir?
upload this whole session on YouTube.
Thank you, sir.
sir, regarding
Thank
your medical astrology book, sir, is it going to come in the Hindi also?
Right now it's in English. Maybe if any translator agree to translate book, we can do that. in Hindi.
पार्ट टू का क्या हुआ?
Part 2 में भी केस स्टडीज थोड़ा डिले चल रहा है. We need case studies.
सर ट्रांसलेट करने के लिए अगर पर्सन तो है, लेकिन आपको कांटेक्ट कैसे करेंगे?
बस याद कर लीजिएगा.
कैसे? मेल
तो इसको
करें?
ऑफिस को बस फोन कर लीजिएगा तो कुछ करते हैं उसमें.
ठीक है सर.
सर वो एक बार कार का वाली लिस्ट दिखा दो.
कौन सा?
कार का वाली लिस्ट दिखा दो एक बार.
कार का वाली लिस्ट
रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ करके दिखा दो.
मैं शेयर कर दूं.
सर बुक ही ले लेंगे सर, वो बढ़िया रहेगा सर.
Yeah, I would recommend to buy a book. It's a very good book.
Yes.
Like it's
8th house, 9th
it's a
house.
We will
well
buy
made
the
book.
book. We will buy
No,
the
it's
book.
well made. It's well made book. Well organized book. You can get BCP. You can get Vimshottari Dasha. Karakas. Main thing Karakas. It's
Yes.
like Sar showed you how to apply Karaka. For moon, you can say fourth house. Fourth from moon. It's a very excellent book. Like you can read, and you can understand the application. Main part is an application, practical part.
See, the thing is, like when we published that book, so initially I have received some feedback like the book is very expensive. Okay, and there are pages are very less. Okay, so if you go with that logic, then this book is not for you. But if you want to learn something, because I'm also learning still now, and I have also learned this whole method, tested many methods. And whatever problems you are facing right now, that same problem I also face. Okay, so I have addressed those problems in that book, like how to use Karaka. Like many of you don't know even how to apply Karaka and when to apply it, how to use it. So that chapter we have covered in that book. Okay, so whatever is needed to time the event, those things we have given clear-cut instruction with example charts. Okay, so whatever information is given in that book, that is purely practical. Okay, no theoretical, nothing here and there. Okay, so that is a useful book. And if you attend this session, like that whole Easy Predictive Astrology course is freely available on YouTube. You can search and you can watch those lectures. Okay, that around, I think, 7 or 8 lectures are there. You can watch that. You can use that book in more better way. Okay, only thing is practice is needed. Okay, same thing with Jyotish also. Jyotish is a medical astrology book. There also we have covered many in detail and systematic with lot of example charts. There are many books available in the market, but no example charts are given. Okay, only you will see the concept, logic, and 1 or 2 example charts. But we have covered more than, I think, 200, 300 example charts are given.
Sir, does that book also have the details of the salts, different 12 salts, on the basis of which we can identify a disease on the basis of the lagna?
See, that salt thing I'm covering in the second part.
Okay.
Because recently I have done one free lecture on the salt.
I attended that. Yeah, it was a beautiful lecture, sir.
That content we cover in the second part.
Right. That's why I asked specifically.
No, it's not given in the first. In first now we have covered like 9 planets, how to use them for the diagnosis, okay, what health issues they create, and the rules, golden rules and everything we have covered. In second part, we have discussed based on the health issues, like heart issues, like based on the health issues only, like major different health issues we have discussed with case studies. So this is under progress. Maybe soon you will see that book.
सर आपने एक अप्रैल एंड में एक लेक्चर दिया था जिसमें आपने ट्रांजिट रिजल्ट्स वेद विपरीत वेद की कुछ तो स्प्रेडशीट बताई थी।
हाँ सर, वो बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट थी।
वो बहुत अच्छी थी। वो आप शेयर कर सकते हैं क्या?
ट्रांजिट रिजल्ट वेद विपरीत वेद।
वेद विपरीत वेद, एक्सेलेंट।
वो एक्सेल शीट था वो।
हाँ,
ट्रांजिट रिजल्ट
उसमें प्लैनेट बाय प्लैनेट और किस हाउस से ट्रांजिट कर रहा है उसके बेसिस पे आपने बुक्स का रेफरेंस देके कुछ तो बताया था।
अच्छा, वो समझ गया मैं कि वो एक्सेल शीट है। चलो वो ढूंढ कर एक सेशन में देते हैं, ठीक है?
ठीक
है मैं दे दूंगा।
ठीक है।
Thank you, sir.